I've often said that we use the diplomacy of the checkbook and have a lot since World War II, and it really predates that as well. But what about the military entanglements that we have right now in the Middle East, in Iraq, in Afghanistan? What would be the Towne strategy there?
Well, the whole thing is like to address suicide terrorism, like the people that attacked us on 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to be done, in my mind, is you have to do two things, and it doesn't matter how you get it done, but the way you get it done is kind of the best. Number one, you have to capture the current generation of terrorists, and number two, you need to stop any future generation from kind of popping up. So when we send over conventional armies, and we have this collateral damage and innocent civilians dying along the way and losing hearts and minds, it doesn't really help out with that second part. And what I'm in favor of is using small groups to go in and procure these people and bring them to a court of law. And I think that being done would be a lot more fruitful and a lot more efficient than, I think we should increase the bounties on Osama bin Laden and all those others that were involved in planning the 9/11 attack. And I think that's probably the best way and the most cost-efficient way to get this all done.
Why haven't we gotten Osama bin Laden yet?
Maybe because we don't want to. But,
lack of will?
Well, and there's also a possibility that he passed away. But you have to look at actually what the government did.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we went into Afghanistan, we didn't really go in. We used some CIA guys on the ground to spot in where the missiles were going to come in, but we just used the warlords as our proxies, and we're just we didn't send over any troops until March of 2002. So when bin Laden got into Tora Bora and all that, it's kind of no wonder that he escaped, because when you do a little bit of research, not only was bin Laden a CIA spy for the United States back in the 80s when the Soviets were there, but he was friends with a lot of these warlords. So, I think the better way to kind of go about and bring these terrorists to justice is with operating with smaller groups, and it'll be a lot more cost efficient, obviously, and I think it'll have a lot higher chance of working than the current strategy that's employed.
So let's project ahead. It's 11:35 on the evening of November 2nd. The votes are in the 15th Congressional District. You didn't win. You ran third. Maybe you got a few thousand votes. Will this have been all a waste of time, in your opinion, or what is all this process, this political process? What are you learning from this whole thing?
Well, first of all, we have a lot of time to get to November 2nd, and I do hope to get the message out quite a bit more and succeed. So the scenario, like you said, doesn't happen that way. But at the end of the day, when some of the frustration that I had over the past few years, what our country needs to realize is nothing's ever going to change unless people rise up and try to change things themselves, which is what I've been doing with my life. And, at the end of the day, I'll be able to tell, my children that, I didn't stand around and do nothing while my whole country was collapsing. Because one of the key reasons why I'm running is I believe that all the spending that we're doing is going to result in a currency crisis with the dollar. And if they just keep spending on and printing money, because obviously our money, the United States dollar is not backed by anything.
Mm-hmm.
If we just keep this up, what we're going to end up with is, a very poor nation with the very lower and reducing living standards. That's something that I feel very strongly is we need to maintain that. We need to go back to what made America great, which is individual liberties, lower taxation, foreign policy of friendship and diplomacy, and to get back to trying to fix our nation.
For folks that live in the 15th Congressional District in Montgomery County and the parts of central Montgomery County and western Montgomery County that are in the district, on October 13th there's going to be a televised debate at 8 p.m. on Channel 69. I gave 69 a plug. They used to be a sponsor. I don't think they are currently, but what the heck. It's for a good cause. It's the political debate. And also it was with great disappointment that I have learned that the Allentown Morning Call is excluding you from a debate, and it's always been the policy of this program when we have sponsored debates, congressional and otherwise, to include third-party candidates. And from what I've been able to glean from the morning call, they have a pretty lousy reason for excluding you as one of the participants in that.
Yeah, no, my campaign was I was personally saddened to hear kind of like that news. But we have been invited to Express Times debate. And to give you some idea, like last Friday I was invited to a debate. I was sponsored by Delta Kappa Gamma, which is a group of retired women educators.
Mm-hmm.
I attended. Mr. Dent declined attending. Mr. Callahan, the Democrat, said he would be there, confirmed with the organizers that he would be there. And then when it got around to it, he canceled last minute, and he had a private fundraiser. So, I believe the highest responsibility of a candidate is to meet with the people. I will be a public servant to the people,
mm-hmm.
and to not, to refuse to meet with people along these times, I think is a pretty sad statement to make. And so what I've been doing is, again, the exact opposite of what my opponents have been doing. I've been trying to go out every time I get an invitation. I do attend. There's a way to contact me on the website, towneforcongress.com, and I give out my cell phone number to people, and I've been very happy to share my views and talk with many thousands of residents in the 15th district over the past year and a half of campaigning.
Towneforcongress.com, and it's Towne with an E on the end of it. So I appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Well, no, I very much appreciate your invitation to come and talk. And take care and have a great day.
All right. Thanks a lot.